All right, here's a quick sample of the end product. It's a simple tic-tac-toe game with animations and a pop-up screen. The game will also tell you if it is a tie. Give me a second. There you go. It tells you if it's a tie. There's a linear on the background, transparency with animation effects, and all the game logic is done in pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript without any additional libraries. I create a div called a board, and I want to create a box for each one of these, or a grid box, whatever you want to call it. So I'm actually going to create another div, and I'm going to call it a box, and I'm going to send an ID to each one of them from 0 to 8. So as you can see, I'm going to replace this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and for each one of these, I'm gonna go ahead and insert an O in there just as a placeholder. And now inside of this, I need to go ahead and add some styles to our board. In this case, it's width of 600 pixels, height of 600 pixels, and I want to center this. So I'm going to go ahead and say margin 0 auto. And then I wanted to add a background color to this. I'm going to change to gray for the time being. And I want the color inside of the white. And I want to go ahead and add a border to this of say 10 pixels, border radius. All right. Now I want to change this to the display of grid type, and in order to have this as a grid where they all stack side by side, we're going to go ahead and say that there's a grid template, and in this case, the repeat is telling us that we want 3 per 1 FR, which is like a grid temp unit. Repeat 3 and then 1 FR, same thing. And now if we do that, our rows and our heights have been set up accordingly. Now inside of each box, we want to do justify content center and then align items center. Uh, okay. Go ahead and set this to a display flex. That way that happens. As you can see, all of our things are set up now. We can always just change this to say 300, 300. We wanted to, and then we have a smaller grid. And every time we hover over this, I want this to be a pointer, like so. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and add a background color to this of black. And now we have all of this. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a margin of 10 pixels. And I'm going to go ahead and adding of 5 pixels here. There you go. So what happens is each one of them has 10 pixels on each. Oh, shoot, sorry. Each one of them will have a margin of 10. This 10 over here gets added on with that 10 over there, makes it 20. This one will have a 10 actually, so we probably need to have that as 10. There you go. So that adds a nice little thing to it. Border radius, say 10 pixels. I think the margin might be a little too much. Oh, there you go. Sorry, allergies. Right, we're gonna go ahead and change the font size up to 20 pixels. I think we could deal 60 pixels. 50. 40. Nice. And I'm gonna go to Google Fonts. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Google Fonts on my other screen. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So you can take this, go ahead and select our regular. Oh shoot, they've changed it. Go ahead and say get font, select get embed code, select the import. I'm just gonna go ahead and import it like that. Import it there. And then I'm gonna steal that regular right there. And I'm just gonna do HTML, entire HTML block gets roboto mono. There you go. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add a class called open and cursor pointer. Closed cursor. Where's like the let's go ahead and have just like a normal like let's see, no drop is what it's called. I'm gonna import that. Okay, nice. Now all of these by default should have the open class. I can try having a closed one on there, like open and close, just to show you that this is going to get prioritized because we do have an import tag on there. But there you go. And then we remove the border radius of about 6 pixels in here. There you go. Now we have a basic board. You can color it differently. We have our CSS down. Now we need to get to our JavaScript to verify whether or not we have one. So I'm going to go ahead and create a variable called board, which is simply an array. So in this case, we have 0, 0, 0. And I'm going to paste this 2 times. Right? I'm just going to have 0 is equal to nobody. 1 is equal to O, and then actually, instead of just doing that, we could just do this. There you go. Or hell, we don't even need this. We can just have it as a 2D array. I mean, a one-dimensional array. I think that would work better, especially with our thing there. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to add an on click. So I'm going to do document.get elements by class name. And this is going to be in this case box. And actually, oh, sure, box. Why not? Dot for each element, and we're going to console.log.e just to show that in this case, if I did that, for each is not a function. Is that a? Oh my god. Hold on. Was that a function? Expression got a period. Where? Let me pull this up. Okay. Seems like it's going to console.log this. Because for each is supposed to be a. Oh, I guess we have. Okay. Guess we can't for each that. Whatever. For int I let I is equal to 0, I is less than let box boxes document.get elements by ID or class name box. And I'm gonna do boxes dot what was it, length, I think. It's been a while since I've done JavaScript. Uh right. and then I plus plus. Go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to do boxes I dot on click is equal to like, let's go ahead and create a function here real quick. Function click, and I'm just going to say console.log click exclamation mark, and actually take the elements here. That's equal to a lambda function where we just call click with boxes. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and just also console.log our e parameter to see how this looks like. There you go. There you go. Just explain this real quick. What's happening here is this in itself is a function, and it's gonna call it. And inside of this function, we just go ahead and input, that. Pretty self-explanatory. Now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and say let's index is equal to we need to go ahead and do a parse int e.id. Hopefully we can do that. And now let's go ahead and console.log our index. If we do that, as you can see, we have our different indexes. Now the easiest thing we can do is if index what was it, board index is equal to, then we need to return, because we know this is not empty. I'm going to go ahead and create a new function called update board, where we just update our board, our HTML board here. I'm going to go ahead and put this here, change to var. For let's I is equal to 0, I is like the same boxes dot length, I plus plus. Okay, what we need to do is say boxes I dot inner is equal to a board I. So over here we'll go ahead and also run an update board, and every time we click, I also want to run an update board. As you can see, now if I change this to an X, that's going to change to an X, because we're making it run an update every time. Pretty self-explanatory so far. Cool. All right, now we need to do a little more. We need to figure out whose turn it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and say a var turn is equal to, I'm gonna go, I think O always starts first, and I'm gonna function like swap turn. Turn is equal to if turn is equal to O, then it's X, otherwise it's O. It's pretty much simple. We're just swapping. Turn is O, then we're changing to X, otherwise we're O. And now click, otherwise we're gonna say board index is equal to turn. So now if we go ahead and do this, as you can see, let's go ahead and call an update board at the end of this. That would make more sense after we go ahead and, there you go. After we're doing this, we want to go ahead and swap turn. And there you go. Boom, bam, bam, boom, bomb. As you can see, we have a fillable board already. Great. Now we need to go ahead and work on the logic. And for the logic, we want to go ahead and create a function to check if we have won. So function get winner. All right, so we have our board. What we need to do is we need to iterate first. Let's go ahead and check all the verticals and the horizontals, because there's several ways to actually win tic-tac-toe. You have like okay, out of a grid, you can either win like these ways or these ways. First starting off with the verticals, and then we can go on to the horizontals, and then we also actually just have the diagonals like that and like that. That's pretty much the only ways you can win tic-tac-toe, I believe. Yeah. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. Let's go ahead and check for that. So for entire, let I equals 0, I is less than 4.length, I plus plus. I mean, realistically, you can change that to like 3, because given time there's 3. And then for alright, there's so many different ways. You can either hard code this or you can do it whatever way. Like, we could just do it this way. If board I I'm just gonna go ahead and set like a little board.length. If board len times I is equal to board len times you know what? I think there's a better way to do this. Sorry. Int is equal to 0, j is less than len. I think we can just take the 3. Oh, there's so many good ways to do this. Let's see if we can knock out both vertical and horizontal with one if statement on for loops. So if I went to 1, 2, 3, I can also check for the other way. Okay, I think that works. So I say let vert is equal to true, let horizontal vertical, oh my god, horizontal. Now if boards I could not be bothered. Alright, if boards I and board I times 3 then return board I times 3. Okay, let's see, you get a winner. Is there an arrow like that? No, there isn't. Okay, so that's horizontal. Now I need to deal with the vertical, which is going to be a little more annoying because that's like, So if board I is equal to board 3 and board I times 3. Well, no, because we have. I guess it'd be I plus 3, right? Yeah, and then I plus 6. X is equal to board I. Let's 3. Then we want to return board I. Right, so it's 1, 2, 3. We get added on 3 every time, 6. That works. Okay. Now we need to deal with diagonals. In that case, that's just when you're doing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just increments of 4 each time. Versus we're doing it the other way. And I think we can also put that in here. So if boards I is equal, I think, yeah, we don't need a for statement for this. So you can just say if boards I equals to boards I plus 4 and boards I plus 8 is equal to boards I, return board I. Similarly, if boards 2, why are we saying I in this case? It should be 1. I believe 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, no 4. That's 8. Boards 2 is equal to boards 4. So with boards, what is that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And board 6 is equal to boards 2. Return board I. And now what I'm going to do is on the update or on the click, I'm going to go ahead and say console dot yeah, make sure to go ahead and just return something. I think internal. Let winner is equal to get winner. If winner is equal to null, not equal to null, or we can say winner, just console.log, or actually we can just alert the winner. Alright, let's go ahead and try. Oh. I is not defined. Oh. 2, 1. Oh, am I using the wrong mic here? Hopefully that's better. My bad. So it's not equal to null. Maybe that'll. Oh, still alerting. Oh, I guess we also have to check. Let's actually go ahead and just solve these. I think if we cut all these out, an empty string is considered as this is equal to x or board index is equal to O. Oh. Infinite loop. So we stop the execution. What? say here. Let's just say if winner is not equal to x, or sorry, if it's equal to x or winner is equal to O, then you want to alert the winner. Otherwise, get that. There you go. So we have that. Let's also go ahead and add like a little reset button. On click is equal to reset, reset, and then we're just gonna go ahead and have button at least have margin. What was it? Zero auto. All right. And I'm just gonna have a function called reset that basically just resets our board to that. I'm just gonna copy and paste that. So if I now wanted to check if diagonals worked, apparently they don't. Here, let's check. Don't have any errors. Horizontal works. Oh yeah. When you hit a reset, make sure to call update for. See, that works. That works. Cool. It's just that this does not work. Let's check why. Because that's supposed to be 0. Nice. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay, that's oh. Infinite loop was detected. Let's check. So we call swap turn update board and get winner. Is there something in our for loop I forgot? No, it seems like there's no infinite loop here. Shoot. Let's see. It's something to do with our get winner code here. We don't call any functions in this. Don't call any functions in there, not in there. Not in here. Oh, that's weird. Infinite loop or a loop taking too long detected. Let's actually just go ahead and console.log update board. No. Swap turn. Get winner. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. Click. Okay, let's go ahead and clear this out. Let's try this one more time. So we have O there. X, nice. Uh, that's weird. We're not getting the winner for that. Let's see, boards I times 3. So in case it's 1, so 0, 1, 2, 3, yes. 2, 3 plus 1 is 2. In this case it's 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, weird. No, that's because we're terminating it early, right? That makes sense. Here's what we're gonna do, winner. Actually, we can. I'm just adding a simple checking board. Zeros not equal to. Let's actually just create a function. Function is player. In this case, we're just gonna say return c is equal to x, or c is equal to o. Is player board 0. Is player board 2, and is player board I times 3, is player board I. Nice. Okay, so now, there you go. All we had to do was check because it would still register the empty places as players. Great. Now we don't actually need to do that. Just say if winner. Yes. Nice. So we have now detected 4 winners, which is great. We can create a simple pop-up or like a little thing. So go ahead and have a div, and we're gonna have a class called winner. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's hidden. Also, we can go ahead and check this out. If board I is player board I, we are gonna go ahead and add a class. So in this case, what we do is we do boxes I dot class list dot add, and we're gonna go ahead and add a closed, and go ahead and make sure that it's not already in there. So we say board I boxes, sorry, box. It does boxes dot I dot class list doesn't include closed because it includes. That's weird. because it's contains. There you go. We have that. Very cool. Actually, instead of just doing that, you can just have like none on there too. Pointer. Or there's a lot of like options. I don't really like um, I don't like the X, so we just change this. And then pointer, sorry. We're just to default. Nice. Now if the board gets filled up, so in this case, just gonna add a simple for 0 I is less than 9 I plus plus. Let empty is equal to true. Now if for if not is player board I, then empty is equal to false. Now if empty return none, whatever you want. Actually, we can just say tie. T. Tie. Game was a tie. Can go ahead. Just have it as a tie. Now, if winner is equal to a tie, then I'm gonna go ahead and say we'll go ahead and change that later. We just need a header now. Over here, I'm gonna say H. Let's go ahead and add like a simple pop-up. The div class is equal to pop-up. Okay. It's one ID is equal to winner. Okay. Now do is stop pop-up and then displays absolutes, and then the width is 100 v round colors like black. Oh, so we're gonna go ahead and have left 0, top 0. Cross change is relative. sorry, position absolute. Relative. Display inline block. Absolutes. I'm gonna say like left 0, top 0. Set instead, let me say 100% to that. There you go. Yeah, you're saying RGBA, so RGBA. Okay, there you go. Color. Say pop up H1 margin 0 auto say justify content center align items center. Have a hidden class that's visible. Like top, I don't know, 50% and like left 50%. Position fixed. There you go. And now we can say, is that centered? I can't tell if that's centered. It's something like text align center. And then we say margin 0 auto. Display block. Justify content. Oh, I already have it. If I did like width 100% and then like a height 100%. The text align center in that. Oh, what if I did auto 0? Or just do display, flex, justify, content, center, align, items, center. I just did something like that. Okay, yeah, good enough. I don't know. So, display flex, absolute, nice, and then there is a visibility none. Visibility none. And we are going to go ahead and add the hidden class on there. I think it's called hidden actually. If you said like something like visible, bang, important. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and add a visible. And visibility is visible important. We can probably change this to that by default, so it's you don't have to add that class. What's gonna happen now is if winner, then we want to go ahead and make the document.get element mint by ID get we're gonna change this to ID pop up and it's gonna do this box up and then pop up a class list dot add visible, okay, and if winner is equal to a tie, let text is equal to this, and then text is equal to the game was a tie. Otherwise, text is equal to won the game. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and slap the reset button on there, and for the time being, I'm gonna make this visible just to see how this looks like. I'm gonna add a break in there. There you go. Just make it look better. Anything inside that has a font size of like 60 pixels. Maybe that's a little too much. 30, 30 pixels. That's pretty good. And then make this hidden again. And then we're gonna do document.get element by ID. Winner dot inner text is equal to text. There you go. We have an error in the console. Missing after loop. Oh, keep forgetting we're not coding in C. There you go. O won the game. Seems like the reset button is gone to who knows where. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's not. But there you go. Now I'm gonna pop this up into a new window. Bam! Ho won the game. Nice. Now let's go ahead and make this so the box or the board itself is centered. I think if you do auto, maybe that'll justify it in the center. No. We have to do the same thing where we say display flex, then I swear I never actually remember how to center stuff. I always have to look at it. Display flex, justify content center, align items center, and then text align center. Guess you can't really do display flex. Display as a grid, right? Think you can say flex grid? Nope, can't even see that. Nope. Actually, it's probably position absolute, and we can say top 50%, left 50%, margin right is negative 50%. Then transform, translate 50% with negative 50%. That can go like that. There you go. We have done it. We have a basic tic-tac-toe game, a color scheme generator. Always change up the color scheme, you know. Can even like apply like a gradient to the background if that's like wanted. Like here, let me delete a couple colors. Uh, a dark background and then a cool. Actually, this is good enough. Okay, let's go ahead and have this as our background. So case, this our background color here is not going to be that. It's going to be that. Refresh and take a look at it. Cool. Now now our boxes are going to have a gradient from ebony. Actually, that's disgusting. You know what? I'm going to do this. Joji Smithereens. Big Joji fan. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Love the gradient too. It's going to be like that. So the board, is actually, instead of saying background color, a background image with a linear gradient. And I'm gonna say at a 45-degree angle, transition from that to that. Delete that. Brush this. There you go. Pretty beautiful. Like let's tone it down a little darker actually. Something like that. To that. It's the other way. So 45 like so we're going from that way 90 135. um um you know what? I'm gonna copy all of these color values. I think that color might have been added on accident. So here, let's see. I think that was supposed to be after that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just gonna paste it one more time in there so that darkness is a bit more prominence. There you go. Beautiful. And now instead of these boxes, I'm going to do an RGBA of 0, 0, 0, and 0.5. There you go. We have a pretty good looking tic-tac-toe game. There's not much else to be done here. You could work on animations. We can potentially throw in like a little animation in there where they move around. Uh, like, let's try this out. Whenever we close it, let's go ahead and apply an animation duration of 1 second. Animation name, we're not going to code our own one in. Let's try slide in. And then Anna, we don't want it to iterate multiple times. Iteration count, and I think once. I think you can do once. So I think you just set it to 1. I think I'm just stupid. 1. Then animation direction alternate. Let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, I guess, you know what, I guess not. Let's go do animation. Let's condense this down 3 seconds. Let's say infinite. 8, and then slider. Important. Does not have an animation? It does. It does, but it is not working. It's probably because I don't think I have coded it. I'm stupid. Keyframes. Slide in from margin left of 100% with 300% to margin left 0%. Um, you know what? Um, let's try this font. Let's try a font weight. No, font weight of to a font weights of like normal instead of having a. Well, let's try 300% into normal 100%. Or maybe we can try like a little like uh font transparency. So that's when we do color RGBA of 255, 255, 255 of like 0. This might disappear to like 1. Yeah, there you go. It's beautiful. You can always change up the font. In fact, we can probably change up the size of the board a little more. So let's change that up to 600 by 600. So we do that. Should also probably update the other stuff accordingly. Like, but that's up to you. I like the 300 by 300. It's a nice little thing. You can always change it from 3 seconds to a 2 second animation. Cool. I think that's it. Here's all of the code. But that's it. Fully functional game. In what? An hour? That's crazy. Uh, but yeah, it looks modern. It has cool little animations. All right.